Mm. I just got done with a double today and I wanted to try something a little different. Uh, whew, um, yeah, one of the things that keeps bringing me back here day in and day out is the place it's able to take me in my own mind. Um, all the physical stuff is a great side effect in and of itself, but um, it's not the results some 3, 4, 5, 6 months or years out in front of me that keeps me here. It's the absence of all the negative self-talk, all the self-loathing and doubt. They don't exist here for me. Um, and I think one of the reasons for that is because we are wired to be rewarded physically and mentally in this world for doing the right things for ourselves, especially our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. I look out in the world today and I see a lot of sickness, and we can blame others for that as much as we want. You can blame a CEO, you can blame an insurance company. I mean, you can just blame bad luck. Some people have things completely outside their own power because of genetics or who knows what other factors. And I feel for those people. I think we all hope and wish sometimes that, we could save ourselves from some of those things through our advancements in technology or, a myriad of other things. But I think the thing that keeps coming up in my mind is it doesn't seem to matter what we throw behind some kind of paywall. The joy, the goodness, the hope, all the things that really make us feel fulfilled in the world. We don't find them on the other side of those walls. It has to come from within ourselves. And that's where the healing has to begin too, because until you take some semblance of self-responsibility for where you're at, you can keep grinding against all the same things that you've grinded against in the past that have never worked, and keep expecting different results. But if you really want to make change for yourself and you really want to find those things that bring all that joy and that goodness, they can't be bought. So you need to find outlets for yourself that improve your health, both physically and mentally, so that you can start to heal yourself in many ways. I'm on the wrong side of 40 with the blood work better than probably the vast majority of teenagers out there today. And to me, that's sad and in many ways disgraceful. I think one of the most tragic things that I see when I'm out in the world with my own family is parents and other people around their families who are sitting in chairs just observing. And I get it. If you have former injuries, ailments, do what you got to do to rehabilitate yourself as best you can. But your presence means the world to those little ones, and they need it because we live in a society today that is so overly hyper independent. I think one of the biggest reasons why things are so expensive is because we keep putting our health last instead of first. We keep denying that strong community and a sense of love and compassion for one another is somehow not essential. I think one of the best ways we could fight inflation or economic injustice out there is to build stronger communities around ourselves. How many people do you know in your neighborhood that have a circular saw, for example, that maybe they bought one time for home improvements, they used it twice, and now it sits on a shelf? You probably could have just as easily borrowed that from someone. And I think there's a lot of places where we could say the same. So choose your hard, or hard will choose you. You can sit there and give me every excuse in the world about how it's too hard to work out, too expensive, too time consuming to eat right. And I'll just ask you, well, how hard, time consuming, and expensive it is for you to be unhealthy. In and out of the hospital, taking handful upon handful of pills. Where has it led you? Just stringing along, continuing to suffer year in and year out. We can do a lot better.